you pressed the button already?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We are here, the hottest podcast in the world. It's like the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She just did 80K on YouTube. About to do 100 million. Stupid.
Period.
Dummy.
Okay. So, you ready?
Everything big, oh you fancy, huh? Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.
You are now tuned into Let's Talk Podcast, where we talk less and do more. Today we have a very, very special guest.
What's going on? My name is Dre. Follow me on Instagram at PVODre, and I'm happy to be here.
Period. I didn't even have to tell them myself. Period. Okay. So this episode is about business funding and all the things that you do, because I see you be posting the stacks of money, you post the cars. I went down on your page, yeah.
Damn.
The stacks of money straight from the bank. You post the cars, you know, you be helping people, you be giving back to your community. I seen you speaking at like some conferences and all of those things. But I would like to start off with an icebreaker question.
What's going on?
What hobby or something that you like to do that people that know you, or even the people that's just watching now, they wouldn't think that you were interested in?
So, don't nobody know this for real. I'm a big anime fan.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I'm into all that, like cartoons.
Comic
But like,
Con?
the best one I'm watching right now is this show called Demon Slayer.
Mm-hmm. So you like Megan Thee Stallion?
I like that she like anime. I don't got nothing against her though. She attractive.
We don't do no Megan Thee Stallion.
You know what I'm
Megan Thee
saying?
Stallion.
I don't have nothing. Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I hope you watching.
I hope to have you on the show.
But yeah, I'm really into anime. I like cartoons, stuff like that. I used to draw when I was younger. You know what I'm saying?
I would never know.
Until I realized I really couldn't draw for real. So it was like I got.
But it's a hobby. It's something you're interested in. So you know you don't have to perfect it. So tell us a little about yourself. Like, what made you get into business funding? Was it like a specific event that happened, or how did you get into it?
I'm gonna be real with you. It was simple for me, and like a lot of entrepreneurs. I've probably been an entrepreneur since 2013. First thing I tried to do was sell clothes. It was called PVO merch. I felt like it was doing pretty good. I worked at the plant, Chrysler plant, for 10 years. So when I had first started the clothing line, you know, I was honestly trying to sell it to the people in the plant because they seen me the most. And then I was trying to share it on social media as well. I was getting good traffic, but what the problem is like most people that are entrepreneurs when you're starting out, your first investor is your 9 to 5. You feel me? And the problem with that is, especially if you're getting traffic and what you're trying to do, you might get a whole bunch of orders. For my case, I'm getting a whole bunch of orders. I'm talking about orders. Every time we ship stuff, and you gotta fill them. But I didn't have enough money to fulfill the orders at the same time, keep the lights on, provide for my kids, the day-to-day, you know, responsibility as adults. So I had to pick. And of course, me being younger, so I'm like, man, I gotta let this go. Even though I didn't want to, but I had to let it go. And I was sick about that. I ain't gonna lie. So, you know, I ended up doing some research. YouTube is like the #1 essential resource if you just starting off, you want to find something. Because for me, was looking on YouTube and I was looking into credit. I always been taught, you feel me, that credit is important. Mainly because when you're in a bind, you can use your credit to get you out of that bind. But it's so many different ways and so much of a vaster space that you can do besides the norm that we've been taught. You feel me? So I had stumbled upon business credit. And basically, you know, in a short sense, business credit allows you to get way more amounts of money, capital, you should say, than on your personal side. And it's a way to hide it as far as your utilization, as opposed to if you was to go to the regular bank today. If I was to go to Chase today and ask them for a personal loan, they're going to give it to me. They're going to give it to anybody because banks want to see people in debt. Because the more debt you in, the more interest they earn, and you got to return the money.
My sister had a car, and they just started garnishing. Look at me. They said I always be telling their business. My sister had a car. I got 8 sisters. Y'all never know which one. And they just started garnishing her check from a car she had when we was like 20. She like they already was taking her state taxes, so she like, send me all the payments that y'all got already. Do you know she only owe $1,000 more, but she owes $6,000 in just interest? That's robbery.
Interest will kill people. Not literally, but it'll kill people for real. Like, people don't understand that fine print when you get any type of line of credit, a loan, credit card, mortgage, whatever. It always say interest rate such and such APR. That shit matters, especially if you want to be like, oh, I ain't paying that, because they just charging that interest every single month. It ain't about what you owe. It's about the interest they put on top of that. But to sum this all up, I stumbled upon business credit. I put my mind to it, and I realized that if I would have knew then what I needed, back then, I would have been able to stay in business, and I would have been able to take my stuff to the next level, because I would have had all the money that I needed to do to get. I'm talking about, I could have, because at that time, I was buying shirts from little stores and online, Alibaba, stuff like that. I had enough money to go find my own manufacturer for them to create the logos for me, package it correctly. I'm talking about, I could have been big time if I would have knew that, because I would have had the money to back myself. But I just didn't know. You don't know what you don't know. You don't. So that was my main reason to get into it. And then, I'll be honest with you, as an entrepreneur too, even with like you with this podcast, because people watch your podcast and they like to be informed, it's helping them. You gotta find something that can help people. You gotta be able to serve people.
That's what my podcast is about.
You do.
Every episode I'm teaching, I'm not teaching, because like now I'm learning, like they about to learn. I have people on here to teach something. I don't want to this is a lifestyle podcast. This is a real life shit. I don't care about Krishan and Blueface. I don't care about Megan Thee Stallion. I mean, not Megan Thee Stallion.
I need that publicity.
They get all the love. I don't care about Nicki Minaj, and I'm here to teach something, and I'm here to have those uncomfortable conversations, because you can't, like, even with Tiara, she taught, so many people wrote me about her episode on how watching her be so confident made them feel like they can do it too, and they can do photo shoots, and it's just like, right before we did our episode, I swear to God, I was telling her this, like, I'm about to slow down on the podcast, and like, I'm doing an episode every week, and I'm not getting no views. Right. I record our video do 20K in the first week. I'm like, I told my friend, like, it's a glitch in YouTube. She like, no, it's not. Like, you just need yourself down. Yeah, she like, you just need that one video, and I'm like, this video trickled all the way down to my lowest video had 50 things. Now I'm at 600 views on that video. It's just like. Yeah. I'll say the main thing is it's just about the value that you give them, like you just said, because somebody at some point in time is going to tap in and be like, oh my God, I didn't know that piece of information. Now I want to see what else they're talking about. Now I want to see what else she's talking about. Now I can't wait to see who the next episode is, the next person is, etc. So, like I said a couple minutes ago, you don't know what you don't know. But that's why you got to take the initiative to get out here and use the resources that is right in front of you. A lot of people be acting like they can't figure stuff out. But in reality, if you put a little legwork in yourself, stuff will come to you naturally. Like, to piggyback off of what you just said, for me, I know a lot of people. You feel me? Like, I know a lot of people. But if you look at my social media, I don't have a lot of followers and stuff like that. I had to start my page, all of that stuff. But I ain't let that deter me, because I knew someday the right person was going to see it. Even if I can get one person to hop on a little consultation call and I can help them, that's me changing their life and shit. You get what I'm saying? So you got to keep that motivation too, because the right people going to see it. It's God willing. You know what I'm saying? So. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to just go viral for something so little and stupid, because I'm sure I can post some episodes talking about some crazy stuff but I want that genuine following, people that really want to do better, people that want to wake up every day and do one little thing to put themselves in a better situation for the next day. That's who I'm looking for. So that's what I'm doing. What are the best what are the most common types of business loans that you suggest for like a new business, like a new entrepreneur? So for me, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little bit different from a lot of these financial gurus. I don't suggest any business loans, and here's why. With any loan, right, just like we just talked about a couple of minutes ago about the interest rate. If I'm the bank right now, you apply for a loan, and I say, oh, you apply for a $15,000 loan, and I give it to you, but the interest rate is 18.9%. The difference between a loan and a business line of credit, as opposed to a business credit card, is that once I give you that money and you do whatever you need to do with that money, once you pay it back, that's it. You don't have access to it. I try to preach to people that it's better to get a business credit card at 0% interest. And even if you're going to get one that's some interest, it's just better to get it, because that's what we call revolving credit. If I give you a credit card for $50,000, you can spend the whole 50, spend 15, whatever the case may be.
Once you pay it back, obviously,
you
can use it over and over again, and you'll always have access to that money, as opposed to, I just give you a loan. Like you said, I will give you $100 on the street. You're going to give me that back. You don't got access to that $100 no more. You feel me? So I personally don't like doing loans. Now, there's some situations where you can do it, and some of the top banks do it. You know, the Chases, the Wells Fargos, Navy Federal got some good business loans as well with low interest rate. But I just feel like, what are we really in it for? Are we trying to get access to the money and keep it so we can leverage? Or are we just trying to get it for the moment? And then, you feel me? Because if you're doing what you're supposed to do the right way, which is taking the money and putting it into cash assets so you can grow your business, grow your brand, whatever you're trying to do, you're going to need that money again because that's what you use to scale. So you don't want to do the loan, like you just said, $20,000. Once you pay it back, plus the interest, now you got to do what? Apply again. And what happens when you apply again? You get another hard inquiry. Now we got to wait the time to get the inquiries off so your credit can go back up. But see, this is the sweet part about business funding. This is what I try to tell people all the time. On the business side, if you got your business structured the right way with your LLC, it's a completely different profile than your personal. So like I said a couple minutes ago, you get a loan in your personal name, your DTI gonna go up because that's your debt to income ratio. Your score gonna get a hit, and you're gonna get an inquiry. If your business structured the right way, none of that reports to your personal name. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing. Like, you can get 50, 100, 150. It's not gonna report on your personal name at all. I don't think people understanding that. You can get $150. I mean, not 50, $150,000, $200,000, and it won't report on your shit. That's insane. You feel me? You try to go in the bank right now and ask them for a personal $150,000 loan, they're gonna look at you like you crazy. But if your business is structured the right way, they're gonna give it to you. No docs too.
Okay, top 5 things. Say for instance, I come to you. I want to start a business. Anybody come to you. I'm starting a business. What's the top 5 things I need to do as far as business funding?
The first thing you'll have to do is just make sure that you got your LLC registered in the state. That's just government regulated. Second thing, you want to make sure that you got a business phone number, a real business phone number, not the, you get the little Verizon number and all that. That's not a real business number because they're going to verify it in the banks and they're going to verify it on Google. You feel me?
So you need 2 phones?
No, you don't. It's a couple of apps. The one that I like is Ring Central. It's an application.
So it's apps you can okay.
It's a website, but they have an app.
LLC, business phone number.
Business website.
Business website.
That reports to Google. Not just a little website, oh, I'm going to go make one and it'd be good.
That's crazy. My friend said she looked up this business. She not really doing that with it because she's not even on Google. I'm like, I'm not on Google.
If you're not on Google, and that's not a knock at you because you can still do
I'm
it.
not on Google.
Verification literally takes like this, as long as you got the things that I'm saying in place.
LLC, business phone number, business website, they report to Google.
700 plus credit score. This is the reason why I say this, because a couple of gurus and financial people say, oh, you can get it 680 and you can get it with 650. You can, but it's different routes. For me, I like to do what I feel like is the direct approach. I don't want you to have to go through here and then go through here and go through here because it's time consuming. You're going to need more information. And then what happens? Most people got ADHD. If I tell you like, yeah, I need you to go do this. And then in 2 weeks later, I need you to go do this. And then 3 weeks later, I need you to go do this. What's the average person going to say, especially where we from? You want some bullshit.
Yeah, that's too much, bro.
You scamming, bro.
Can I just pay you to do it?
And of course, I'll take it. I will take it. But I want you to be in a position to do it yourself. Because
what's the 5th thing?
Making sure that you have positive accounts on your personal. So you can have a high credit score, like I just said, but you ever seen somebody that had a high credit score but they don't have no credit?
I'm a friend. She said I don't have bad credit, but I don't have no credit.
That means she got terrible credit.
She's like, I don't have.
You gotta have positive accounts, meaning like 2 personal credit cards with at least $2,500 on there. Because what the banks are gonna do when you go to apply for business funding, we like to call it PG, which means personal guaranteeing or personal guarantor. That's what they like to say, right? They're gonna look at your personal profile. They're gonna see you got a strong credit score. Your business is set up correctly. You got the number of accounts that you need. They're going to look at the lines of credit that you have, which is why you got to have them 2 accounts that I was talking about with at least $2,500. I recommend to have more, but we just said you just starting off. $2,500, you can get that from anywhere. You get that from your local credit union, Michigan First, Navy Federal, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. And a bank card, Bank of America, whatever the case may be. Most people have access to do that even with a not so high credit score, and that'll put them in a position to get funded.
What is crowdfunding?
Excuse me. Crowdfunding, it depends on where you go to. For my example, crowdfunding is when you can have a multiple amount of investors.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? All going into the same thing. So you might go to like an expo, and you might be there trying to get investors to invest in your business. You're not necessarily trying to get no business credit card, nothing like that. You might be needing some really big, large amounts of money. You get what I'm saying? And you want to go to an investor group. What you're gonna need for that is you're gonna need a business plan, like a solid business plan. A lot of people will go and get them lawyers to draft up them business plans, because a lot of people don't have actual business plans structured out the right way. If I ask you like what you want to do with your business, you gonna tell me what you want to do with your business.
But it's not like in this and this and this and that. Yeah.
Yes, you not having your SOPs in order, which is your standard operating procedures. You don't have your employees in order, what they do, how long they're supposed to do it. It's just a lot more things that you need in order to apply for crowdfunding.
Noted. What should entrepreneurs keep in mind when investing? When pitching themselves to investors?
Be confident. I'm gonna be honest with you. That shit sounds so cliche. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just making sure. It sounds so cliche, but from what I've seen, like going to them conferences you just seen me speak at, confidence is key. You gotta go up there and really sound like you know what you're talking about. You get what I'm saying? Even if you don't, which I would not recommend. But you gotta really go up there and sell the people that you confident in what you're presenting. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. How are you asking me if I got $5 million?
And you don't even confident your business gonna make it back.
First thing I ask you is, well, what does the Talk Less podcast talk about? You up there like, you know how people be like, well, I just started it and you're not getting nothing. They're gonna be like, okay, thank you, next. As opposed to you going up and being like, hey, how you doing? I'm the host of,
Let's Talk
Podcast. We've been established for 3 years. We have over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and we're looking to take over the world. Boom. That sounds like somebody I want to be a part of.
My podcast is different. I'm not like them other podcasts. I have a very different, unique podcast. I'm teaching.
That's because Drizzy Dre over here, duh.
What can a business do to be more attractive? I'm guessing that's to be confident to investors.
Well,
be confident, right?
As a business owner, you want to be confident. But a couple of things that I said a couple of minutes ago is important to be attractive too. Making sure your stuff is set up correctly. Because you're going to run into some investors or just people, period, that are not going to really want to listen to what you got to say.
Like, you got this, and this.
They're not going to do that. They're going to look into you.
Oh,
they're going to sit there and not say nothing. But they're going to look at your Instagram because it's a personal representation of you. They're going to say, okay, what's she talking about? Do she got posts on here? Is she posting every day? Is she posting 2-3 times a day?
How often do you feel like you should post?
It's crazy because I don't have an answer for this because I feel like I'm still trying to figure it out. My mentor say you just supposed to post whenever, all the time. And he floods Instagram. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
he don't have a specific time.
A lot of people told me post. They like, you just post. People that want to see it gonna like it. People that don't want to see it gonna unfollow you, but you don't want the people following you anyway. Are there any risks associated with business funding?
100%. 100%. And the risk would be that if you do the wrong things with the money that you get access to, you're going to owe it. You get what I'm saying? You're not going to be in risk if you go through the process. It's just you have to be a responsible person. You feel me? Again, we talking about big amounts of money. We ain't talking about no 10, 15,000. We talking about 50,000 plus. Yeah. So if you get the money and like we just talked about a couple of minutes ago, your business not structured properly, you don't have no plan for real, what we going to do with the money?
Blow it.
You going to blow
Waste it.
And guess what? You thinking like, oh, okay, this is just on my business side. This is the LLC side. I ain't got to worry about it. That's why they look at your personal profile to see that you qualify for it. Because once you don't pay that money back, what's going to happen? It's going to show up on your personal side. But as long as you do what you're supposed to do, you'll never see that.
That's my next question. How should businesses manage their finances post-funding? I got this funding. Now, what should be my plan for my finances after I get the funding, so I don't blow it, or I don't, I don't blow it. Like, I don't get all this money for the business. I get what I need to get, but now I have no more money left.
So, I offer consultation calls for it. You can click the link in my bio if you ever want to go more in depth with that, because everybody's situation is different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody might be going in a different path. But the most general thing I will say is, before we even get to the funding, I'm not gonna turn nobody down. Yeah. But have a plan. Because if you're coming to me, I would assume that you're serious about taking your business and your brand serious, because you're not talking about no little stuff right here. This is life-changing money that we're talking about. So I would hope that you already got a synopsis of what directions you want to go in. And then I can look over people's profiles and I can see what they got going on, and I can like kind of direct them in whatever case they may be from my own personal experiences if they want that. But I just feel like that's one of those things where you gotta kind of be prepared before you get to that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm prepared.
You do. Because it's the same thing with the crowdfunding and you going into the meeting with them investors. Because if you ain't prepared for this 50, I'm not even trying to be funny. You ain't gonna be prepared for that million.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What advice would you give a new entrepreneur looking to secure their first round of funding? Like for the very first time, what advice? Would that be the 5 things you said they need to have?
100%. 100%. And
confident.
Be confident. Well, when it comes to the funding, unless if we talking about just bank funding, like 0% interest credit cards, you want to be confident for your business, like when you posting content and stuff like that. But this is just a regular online application.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? So you want to have the 5 things that we talked about.
Stuff in order.
Exactly, because that's all a financial application that you just do, and once you get approved, you get approved. But I would say, besides being confident, just have a real vision. Like, not like 2 months from now, this is where I want to be. What's your vision a year from now? Where do you see the podcast at a year from now? You get what I'm saying? Like you just said, you just got your biggest views on YouTube. Where do you see yourself and where do you see your podcast a year from now? Not just 2 months from now. Because the reason why I say that is because your goals, if you're only thinking about 2 months from now, then you setting goals for 2 months now. If you're thinking about a year from now, your goal's gonna be way bigger, because why? You want it to sustain that long. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like any entrepreneur in any space can look at it like that. If I'm looking short term, okay, I can get like 2 people funded a month. That's cool. That's a couple dollars for me. That's cool. I'm trying to not ever have to work for nobody ever again.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
thinking.
get what I'm saying?
From now, like I'm in nursing school, but to go back on what you said in the very beginning about having to, when you was using your 9 to 5 and you had to stop. I'm in nursing school and I only have 1 class left, but my bill's still rolling around, life's still happening. So I had to take a break from school so I can work, because the bills don't stop.
You know.
So I took a break from school, but a year from now, I was thinking when I was writing out my stuff, I'm like, a year from now, I want to hit 52 episodes, because it's 52 weeks in a year, and I need to be dropping an episode a week. So now I'm making my business to drop an episode a week, because I want to hit 52 episodes.
I'm going to challenge you to up that to 2, because I know you can. You say you're making 1 episode per week?
I'll drop an episode every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. I'm challenging you to make 2 episodes, because I know you can.
I wanted to do like a guest on Tuesday, and then on Friday, just call it a shell talk. Just me talking about just random stuff, like what happened that week, like social media. Just stuff for the people that's not small-minded, but people that's just...
They just want to get more into the
entertained. People don't want to be entertained, because everybody don't want to watch some shit and learn something. Thanks. Sometimes I go from watching Eric the hip-hop preacher, Eric Thomas, I watch him. All right, enough of this learn. Like, I want to watch some funny shit.
Right.
So sure. I want to get that balance. So I did say I want to do 2 episodes, but then I'm like, I'm gonna just stick to 1.
Oh, I'm challenging you to do that. We want to see what you're talking about. We want to see what your mindset is. We want to see how you feeling for the week.
Yeah. How
your podcast went. Like, I feel like we had some strong guests this week. I feel like I can go a little bit harder. People want to see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just on a marketing tip.
And my friends was telling me, like, they feel like my podcast would be way, like, where I really want it if I market myself. Like, get on here. Like, when I have people on here like you or other people, I let y'all talk, I let y'all teach, but they like, you still need videos with your personality. Because people is following from your personality, so
they want to see what you got going on.
I get what you're saying.
It's cool sprinkling us in there, you know what I'm saying, but they want to see what you got going on. This journey is you going as far as you want to go, and they in tune. They want to see. Just like you start your podcast, they're like, okay, we want to see what she talking about, but if you ain't talking, you know.
2 episodes a week.
We do it.
Yeah, and no, that was 12 questions. That went by fast. I had 12 questions for you. Is it just anything that you want to just let people know?
I would say, excuse me, for any entrepreneur out there, any content creator out there, I encourage you to just never stop. You feel me? When it comes to your social media outreach, not having a lot of followers, not having confidence in yourself, like you said earlier, your views being little, somebody out there is watching you and somebody out there wants to see you win. You feel me? And if you give up now because you're not getting the instant gratification, because that's the problem with a lot of us in life.
Posted a video about
instant gratification will kill long-term dreams, and that's really it. Like, there is nothing in this life that we're gonna gain instantly. It ain't gonna be worth having. It ain't. You feel me? So people don't even understand the work that you're putting in now is going. When you make it to the top or make it to wherever you're trying to go, you're going to be able to appreciate it so much more because you're going to remember all the times you work. You're going to remember your first couple of podcasts. I'm going to remember when I only had one client every 2 months as opposed to I got too many clients, I got to hire an assistant. You know what I'm saying? It's the journey. Like, the instant gratification ain't shit compared to the journey, I swear. But I do got one thing for you and all your followers that's watching. I got some personal funding for y'all that everybody could do. Now listen, when this play work, I want y'all to tag me on Instagram and say PVO Dre got me funded. You get what I'm saying? So right now, there's a little hack going on with the Apple credit card. You know, Apple has their own credit card, right? So
I keep getting an email about it.
Apple pulls from TransUnion, one of the 3 credit bureaus. What you do is you go online, not online, but go on your cell phone. Do it only on your cell phone. You go to the Apple card and it's going to say apply. Apply. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dre, my credit. Oh, I don't want to get no inquiry. Chill out. You apply. They're going to pre-approve you for whatever amount they're going to pre-approve you for. Don't press accept. Then what you're going to do is go to transunion.com. If you already have an account with TransUnion, it's fine. If you don't, just create one. It takes 2 seconds. Don't apply for that card. Once you create your TransUnion account, you're going to go in there and there's going to be an option to freeze your TransUnion report. This is very imperative to the play I'm giving you. Freeze your TransUnion report. Once you freeze it, you're going to go back to your Apple wallet where the application is and you're going to press accept. So what happens is you're getting that Apple credit card for whatever amount that they approved you for. But the play is that now you're not getting an inquiry on your credit report. Here's why. Because you froze your account.
And they already gave you a pre-approval.
Exactly. But they actually gave you the approval.
Okay.
You feel me? But before you press accept, you freeze your account. I'm sorry, freeze your credit report. So that way the inquiry doesn't show up. So now you might have got you a $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 credit card on the personal side and you didn't get any inquiry. You feel me? And that's good for people that's just starting out. That's good for people that just might want a credit card, but they don't want to get a whole bunch of inquiries and stuff like that. And, you know, some people might have a higher TransUnion credit score as opposed to Equifax and Experian. So definitely go look at your credit reports to see. But even you need a 650 and above to get approved for that. So anybody can do it, for real, for real. And that's the play of the day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Dre's play of the day.
Dre's play of the day. Like I said, when y'all get that money, screenshot it, tag me on Instagram, PVO Dre. PVO Dre gonna get you right.
Thank you. You're good.